Alright, Shalom, Michael. First and foremost, I want to give all praise and glory to Yahweh, Ba'ashem Yahushai, Ba'ashem Rakakodash. I want to get double honor to the apostles of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teaches word and our true faith and sincerity. And today, I just want to title this video, These Americans Are Satanists, man. And I got the definition of Satanism pulled up in the Urban Dictionary. It said the top definition, Satanism. It says something most people on Urban Dictionary in the world obviously know nothing about. Most teenagers who claim to be Satanists do not know the concept of Satanism themselves. This the point. It said Levian Satanism is the type of Satanism where you practice self-indulgence and believe that you are your own God. Then it says nothing of nothing fucked up or rebellious about that. That lets you know that's Esau, the rebellious demon that he are. You know what I mean? And it says theistic Satanism is the type of Satanism where you actually do believe and worship a literal Satan. But the point is that Levian Satanism, man, because really that's what people, these Americans really believe in. You know, do as thou wilt. And the point is that they believe that they're their own God, and that's because of the vibration of Esau, man. Because the so-called white man, I always go back to the so-called white man. Anything that's wicked that's being pushed out is the root is from the so-called white man. Because the Lord Yahweh Shema Shai, you know, he plays both sides, and he used Esau as the vessel of wickedness, man. You know, and matter of fact, let's get First Maccabees 1:7. It says, so Alexander reigned 12 years and then died, and his servants bare rule everyone in his place. And after his death, they all put crowns upon themselves, so that their sons after them many years, and evils were multiplied in the earth. So once the so-called white man got into power, you know, evils were multiplied in the earth. So now that the so-called white man's in power, the whole earth is going to be under that vibration of the so-called white man, you know, and the people that's in it. This is on Sirach chapter 10 and 2. It says, matter of fact, 2. It says, as the judge of the people is himself, so are his officers, and what manner of man the ruler of the city is, such are all they that dwell therein. Yeah, and that's what these people do, man. These niggas, because they feel like they're in control of their own life too, man. You know, they feel like they got the choice of what road they're gonna go down, man. You know, and that's because the so-called white man, he's the one that's putting that vibration out there like that, man. You know, and the point it says that they believe that they're their own God. That they, you know what I mean? Matter of fact, this is Isaiah chapter 47 and verse 8. It says, therefore hear now this, that thou art given to pleasures, that dwellest carelessly, that say in thy heart, I am, and none else beside me, as shall not sit as a widow, neither shall I know the loss of children. So they saying that they is the Most High, man. You know, let's go back to that definition again. It said Levian Satanism is a type of Satanism where you practice self-indulgence. And see, they live deliciously. You know, matter of fact, let's go into that word self-indulgence, man. Going to that. Let's see, the quality of being self-indulgent, something done in a self-indulgent way. It says, let's go. Yeah, let's go to definition. Go to the Merriam-Webster dictionary. It said excessive or unrestrained gratification of one's own appetites, desires, or whims. And yeah, that's the so-called white man, because he gas the whole world. Matter of fact, the earth is given into the hands of the wicked, man. The earth is given into the hands of the wicked, but it tells you. Matter of fact, let me get in Obadiah. It's Obadiah 1. I think it's like verse 5. This is Obadiah 1 to 5 says, if these came to thee, if robbers by night, how art thou cut off? Would they have not stolen till they had enough? And yeah, and that's what the so-called white man, he got the whole planet in subjection right now, man. You know, it's how they cut out. Would they stop until they had enough? You got the whole world, but the damn devil is still coming, man. He's still trying to inhabit other planets now because he already know he ran this to the ground. It said, "If great gatherers come to thee, will they not leave some great?" So the Esau, he's a gluttonous, devil demon, man. But the point is, they feel like that they are the most high and they can do whatever they want, man. It says, "Do as thou wilt," and it's spilled over to Jake, man. It spilled over to Jake. This is on Proverbs 3 and 5. It says, "Trust in the Lord with all thy heart, and lean not unto thy own understanding. In all thy ways acknowledge him, and he shall direct thy paths." And yeah, because Esau, he broke Jake down so much that you know, the scripture says that one of the curses that we shall go to our enemies and want for all things. Well, you even going to Esau for understanding, man. You going to you lean into your own understanding and going to your damn oppressor, man. You know, and that's the thing. That, that Satanism, that's for the Edomites, man. But it's starting to spill over to Jake, cause Jake, they love the pleasures of the flesh, man. This is Psalms 81 in verse 10 says, "I am Yahweh thy power, which brought thee out of the land of Egypt. Open thy mouth wide, and I will fill it. But my people will not hearken to my voice, and Israel would none of me." Yeah, because it says they would not hearken unto me, unto thee, for they not hearken unto me. Because you know why? That damn serpent is in their ear, man. And Jake really 2/3 got the spirit of Eve on them, because when they seen the tree of good and evil, it was pleasing to the eyes. So they're 2/3 are carnal, man, and they don't want to just cling on to the word. They really want to have something to literally grasp carnally, man. So verse 12 says, "So I gave them up to their own hearts lust, and they walk in their own counsels." See, so the Lord's going to give them up to their own lust. And the scripture tells you in Isaiah, matter of fact, let me get it real quick. It's Isaiah 30 and in verse 3. I'm just get to the point. Matter of fact, I got to start in one for the builder. It said, "Woe to the rebellious children," said the Lord, "that take counsel, but not of me, and they cover with a covering, but not of my spirit, that they may add sin to sin." That's what Jake do, because they don't matter of fact, I'm continuing on. It says, "They walk to go down to Egypt and not have asked in my mouth, to strengthen themselves in the strength of Pharaoh, and to trust in the shadow of Egypt." Yeah, because they don't want to go to Yahweh Bashim Yahushua. They wanna go to what's pleasing to them. Matter of fact, go to that definition back again. It says let me get that dictionary one more time. It says Levian Satanism is a type of Satanism where you practice self-indulgence and believe that you are your own God. You see what I'm saying? And then it says nothing further rebellious about that. Well, that is rebellious, man. They feel like that they don't need the Lord, man. That's what Jake do. They feel like they once they got a 9 to 5, they all right, man. They can go to the club and them going to church. That's part of, I mean. Feel like that you okay with the Lord if you go to church on Sunday. Whatever you do that whole week, once you go to church, you straight. No, it don't go down like that, man. Cause you niggas don't even repent anyway. You know, it's Isaiah 30 and verse 3 said, therefore shall the strength of Pharaoh be your shame, and the trust in the shadow of Egypt your confusion, because the Lord, it gave you up to your heart's lust, which your heart's lust is to be in America, man. Your heart's lust is to have a 9 to 5. You know, you trust in oppression, man. So the Lord, He's gonna give you your heart's you know, He's gonna give you up to your heart's pleasure of your heart, man. Would you really letting your flesh take over? That's really the what it's all about. On that Satanism is for the flesh to really take over, man. Matter of fact, this is I think it's in Matthew 12. 12. I see. It's like y'all can. Let's see if I can find it. Let's see. It's like, yeah, let me type it out real quick. Matthew 26. This Matthew chapter 26. And verse 41 said, watch and pray that ye enter not into temptation. The spirit indeed is willing, but the flesh is weak. And yeah, that's what Jake always always you don't deal with the spirit, you deal with your flesh, man. And that's why you trust in the shadow of Egypt. You know. Yeah, matter of fact, let me just get this in Genesis real quick. Because Eve, she hearkened unto the serpent because of the flesh, man. You know, because that's the flesh is that do as thou wilt, man. You know, so I'm gonna get this real quick. Let me see. Let me see where I should start. I'm gonna start at I just started at the top. This is Genesis 3 and 1. Said, now the serpent was more subtle than any beast of the field that the Lord power had made. And he said unto the woman, yeah, the Most High said, ye shall not eat of every tree of the garden. And the woman said unto the serpent, we may eat of the fruit of the trees of the garden, but of the fruit of the tree which is in the midst of the garden, the Most High said, ye shall not eat of it, neither shall ye touch it, lest ye die. And the serpent said unto the woman, ye shall not surely die, for the Most High doth know that in the day ye eat thereof, then shall your eyes be open, ye shall be as gods, knowing good and evil. Now you gotta understand, and that's the serpent, man. That's him putting a cup to the mouth, man. Tells you Habakkuk 2:12 said, want to a neighbor give his neighbor drink that make it look to his nakedness, that put his that bottle to their mouth. But that's what the serpent doing, man. And he's doing it to the weaker vessel, which 2/3 are the weaker vessel. You know, because I'm gonna keep going. It says and when the woman saw that the tree was good for food, and that it was pleasing to the eyes, and a tree to be desired to make one wise, she took the fruit thereof and did eat, and gave unto her husband with her, and he did eat. Yeah, man. So it was pleasing to the eyes, man. You know, it was because there's a lot of things that feel good or whatever, but it's not right, man. To the flesh, that do as that will. That's what's gonna destroy you, man. You know. But yeah, Aki, man, I just hope they were edifying. Till the next time, I'm gonna say shalom.